Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? The Dallas Cowboys, Molly Watt, the Cleveland Browns. We got a few things to talk about. A few things to talk about. This game, because since I'm gonna go back and watch the film. This game, I wanted to focus more live before I talk to y'all in regards to looking at individual players. So on any given play, I'm probably looking at like three spots. I wanted to focus on some things. And kind of, in regards to individual performance, kind of added up what we've been talking about. Loke, what's going on? He said good win, but run game not enough. Defense saved the day. Yeah. Yeah. Especially how the defense was playing and the opportunities that they was creating for the offense, you know, for sure defense get the game for sure get the defense game ball. Um, as we go along in this live, we're gonna talk about it because like that offense, like I ain't gonna I'm gonna be like in the middle with the offense because I understand that we ain't had a preseason, but also it can't look like that when we start going against these better teams. Teed up, what's going on? Now we got fortunate. We got fortunate today. The Browns missing both their tackles. Now, the way Deshaun Watson played, I don't know if it would have been too much of a difference, but who knows? I mean, missing two tackles, that's a lot, But even with the two tackles being missed, Deshaun Watson didn't look too good today, you know. Uh, yeah, yeah, Tina. Hey, Tina. Hey, it's funny that you say that. Cause I was just telling my little one about that. Like, man, like why he doing that? And then why he doing it? And then when I was seeing him do it on the inside, I'm like, man, this man ain't got no hands. I was out there dying. I was like, this man ain't got no hands. I was like, Jesus, man. Washington was that got one of those cheap hooks. He looked weak and slow. And I can't even blame it on his pops passing because I heard his pops pass or something like that. I can't even blame it on his pops passing. That performance was downright pathetic. Yeah, man. I was like, hey, like, because I'm gonna give him a little credit because he made some plays though, but I'm gonna also be realistic. I'm gonna also be realistic and say like you were supposed to do that against two backup tackles. Like y'all know, I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. When we was talking about DeJuan Jones, I'm like, man, DeJuan Jones is trash. DeJuan Jones is trash. Everybody else was trying to hype him up. I'm like, man, he trash. He can't move. If he don't if he can't get his hands on him, get his hands on you, it's over with. He ain't gonna move. He can't move his feet. And a big man that ain't gonna it can't move with you and shoot, you can use your quickness to get by that. That should be barbecue chicken every single time. So I'm gonna give him credit for doing what he was supposed to do, but I also gonna come with the realization that you're supposed to do that with backup tackles. Oh man, Rico, yeah. Yes. Y'all know how I feel about Rico, man. If you can't beat out TP, shoot, I don't know what to tell him. Yeah, Kendricks was up in there balling. Oh my gosh, oh man, I had that in my notes, T Dub. Oh, I had that in my notes, T Dub. I was like, man, I ain't seen too much of Clark, and I'm like, it feels good. And I see a big difference in the defense, man. Hey, them two backers already knowing it should be Kendricks and it should be overshown. Them your best two right off the rip. I thought they was gonna probably try to like, and they did. They're talking about this certain packages thing. What you mean certain packages? Man, let that man loose. He's your best linebacker. You see the way you see his closing speed. You see the way he will see it and go get it. You need that. Leah Fowl ain't doing that. Clark ain't doing that. You need that. Put that man in there. Let him loose. Let that boy. Hey, we rolling with the punches. Let that boy loose, man. Let that boy loose. He ain't like that, bro. I know I wasn't tripping. What you mean, Rondell? Keep Clark close to that game, right? Hell yeah, man. Clark need to be over there with me watching the game because, yeah, man, you see a difference. Now, before I begin, though, I want to say this. I heard that I was able to catch that Jerry Jones interview with Stephen A. In a little bit on my when I was getting my run on this morning, right? And he had made a statement talking about the Dallas Cowboys was better than last year. I wanted to do a live, but I wasn't able to do a live before today's game. In regards to that, though, when I heard it, though, but I heard it again. And like when you look at it, even though we were relying on like rookies, like he ain't lying, but we still on a wait and see because one, we got linebackers. We didn't have none last year, right? Also, you got a strong center. It ain't like you missing anything from the receiving core other than Gallup, but he ain't do nothing. You at least I guess you got some type of force in the inside and running the ball with Zeke. So yeah, so there's definitely some things that are better, and there are some positions that like even though we kind of got the OGs at D tackle, that's still better than what we had last year as a unit. But we're gonna get into all that though, man. I'm pissed Wilson the hooker. Still starting. Where's Wanye? Nealon needs his props as well. Any news on Ferg? Hey. We can't lose Ferg. Especially with the state of the tight end position that we got, we can't lose Ferg. That's all bad. And it didn't look too good. I'm like, I don't know about that one. I didn't look hopefully the news is good. Or at least where if he does miss time, it ain't that much. But you can't. That's one position that, especially with the current makeup of the receiving options that you got, you can't lose them. You can't lose Ferg. And then with Brandon Cooks, right? Brandon Cooks had his history of not being healthy. That's always something to keep in mind. Even though he got banged up and came back, that's always something to keep in mind. Yeah, Henderson. Because now look, you got to rely on Schoonmaker if he got to miss time. You got to rely on Spanford, and when Stevens come, you got that. That's who you rely. All that inexperience, unproved. Like man, shoot. If he had to miss a lot of time, shoot, you might got to go grab you one. That's how deep it is of having Ferg on that team. And having Ferg playing, you need that. Oh, trust and believe. You need that. But let's talk a little bit though. A lot of this, because I'm gonna go back and look at film in some specifics though. But a lot of what we're gonna talk about today is gonna go in regards to individual plays. Even though that's always how it's always been, but we're gonna focus a lot on individual performances. Now, offensively, what rubbed me the wrong way was Zach Martin getting cooked by Dalvin Tomlinson. That first drive got beat. That didn't look right. And I'm not about to sit over there and blame that on not a preseason. You're a vet, and you're supposed to be that guy. You're supposed to be him. I didn't like that. That kind of had me thinking, like, oh, man, is this gonna be how Zach Martin played last year? Because Zach Martin, that was his worst year as a Cowboy last year. that kind of rubbed me the wrong. Now, like I said, I know mistakes happen, and we pretty much judge Zach Martin off of a greatness a standard. But I didn't like that. Like out of all the people, Dalvin Tomlinson, it ain't like you going against Chris Jones, or when you was going against my boy from Carolina, Derek Brown. It ain't like you going against Aaron Donald. Man, you going against Dalvin Tomlinson. Now, I'm not saying Dalvin Tomlinson a scrub because he's not a scrub, but he ain't nobody that's going to go ahead and get upfield and whoop on you one-on-one. Not somebody like Zach Martin. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Man. Oh, hey, look. Speaking of Dak, even though it wasn't needed and he had a team performance, Dak didn't look good today. Like I said, I'm not going to just harp on it because I understand that he ain't had no preseason, but Dak did not look good today. There was probably about at least three throws that should have been picked off that he had mercy on. And if them throws is picked off, or at least one of them, we could be talking about a different game. The momentum could have been shifted on more than one occasion. So, yeah, he got paid, and y'all know, like I said, for those of y'all, who been rocking with me, for those of y'all who listening who's new, I wasn't for that. I wasn't for that getting paid, especially not right now. He needed to, if he was going, if for some reason they wanted to fork it out, shoot, you should have waited till after he proved himself, if he was going to prove himself this season. I think I'm going to be honest with you, so I kind of laughed at it because I'm kind of like joking, but then I'm not joking. I think part of when he seen Shador last night, he was like, yeah, man, that mentality of quarterback. He said, let's go ahead and pay Dak, man. He said, yeah, let's at least get Trey Lance about another year or two, and let's see what we got there, man. We're going to slide Trey for a couple years, man, to see what we got. Oh, man. Hit a shot, got beef. He got beef with Roquan. That's funny. Hey, Dak turned back to the door after that check. He's like, hey, they said, man, then he said something about let's go win. Yeah, I bet. What happened to the last 9 to 10 years, man? He said, let's go win. Yeah, I bet. Yep, facts. Facts, Happy. So now, hey, he talking about he the highest paid person. I said, I understand, the market is always being reset. But hey, you get that money right now at this specific time in the season on the day of the first game, you best be giving me. Hey, look, I know we said what we said, but hey, him getting that money, hey, look, I don't expect nothing less than us getting to the NFC Championship for that to even be just remotely justified. I ain't trying to hear about no excuse, no none of that. I ain't trying to hear about no weapons, no none of that. Even if J-Hop got to miss some games, I don't care. You a $60 million quarterback. You best to go out there and make some plays. If you got all these other quarterbacks, you got Patty Mahomes out there winning Super Bowls with Miko Hardman and Valdez Scantling. Hey, guess what? You getting paid. You the highest. You best to go make some plays. No, you need to make some plays. All that game manager stuff from a $60 million quarterback, that's out. That's out. You just playing good enough football, that's out. That's out. The expectations every game is high. Now, understand that every game, you ain't going to play a perfect game. Human nature comes in. It's a 17-game season. But when it's time to play and when it's time to show up in big moments, you need to play ball. Because all this, he need help, I don't care. You're getting paid $60 million. That leash is very, very thin. I already ain't got the leash. But hey, it is what it is. I can't sit over there and go, Jerry already paid the man. So we got to roll with the punches, and we got to roll with knowing Dak going to be here for the next couple of years. So with that being said, there's no excuse for you not to make plays. There's no excuse for us not to get to the playoffs. There's no excuse for us not to go deep in the playoffs. No excuse. No excuse. No excuse. Good Lord, what's going on? He said they still soft. Hey, I ain't going to overreact. Like I said, I acknowledge even before the season start that the Browns defense was good, and they showed that. The The offense wasn't clicking, but they showed that your run game wasn't going. Dak was off, but they had a coverage bust that first one. Shit, we had a protection bust the first one, but hey, sloppy or not, the Browns had a good time. They're gonna have to iron some things out on offense, but the defense, going to get beating a team like the Browns, that's still a playoff team, right? So it's still a quality win, even with the circumstances that they had. It's still a quality win, but we still understand the circumstances at hand. Good to see CD out there setting the tone. Moss and Denzel Ward, was able to go ahead and get some points on the board to be the catalyst, to be able to go ahead and set that tone, and we got to get points and kind of get that momentum rolling. Like, okay, yeah, it's a good, like I said, one of the ones who should have got paid for sure was CD Lamb. And you seen, hey, of course he ain't practicing. You kind of seen that, a little rusty too. He was out there a little rusty too, but hey, he's still that man. He gonna make plays. He gonna continue to make plays on that field. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game, arguably the best wide receiver in the game. As far as being a wide receiver, you're not having to rely on speed. Just I didn't mean to take no shots at Tyreek Hill, but y'all know what I mean, though. Y'all know what I mean, though. But yeah, shout out to CD. Now let's go ahead and talk about our rookies real quick. From the eye that I seen, hey, Cooper Beebe played a good game. I ain't see nobody getting beasted. At least from what I remember, I don't remember him getting dragged all into the quarterback. No, none of that. Cooper Beebe played a strong game. I knew he was, because this is the type of matchup. See, let me tell you something. This is the type of matchup that I ain't worried about Cooper Beebe. The test that I want to see with Cooper Beebe is going to be when we go against D tackles that can move, that's quick off the ball. That's the test I want to see with Cooper Beebe. I knew that man was going to play some good ball. But hey, guess what though? We still needed that, because the center that we had last year, there probably would have been some occasions that he would have been in Dak's face. So it's good to have that strong center. That's what we've been talking about all season, having that strong center. So it was good to have that strong center in the middle. Now, they rookies. They ain't going to roll with the punches, because we're going to talk about Guyton, right? We knew Guyton, we knew Guyton, right? Like, look, from what I remember, from what I've seen, other than some of the little mishaps with Garrett, he looked okay. He looked solid. We already knew that he was going to, be kind of up and down. Like, he a rookie, still learning, and he's going against Myles Garrett. So I already knew off the rip Myles Garrett was going to get the best of him a few times, right? And Dak had to know that too. You've been in the league long enough. Dak had to know that too. So in the back of your mind, you should have knew, like, hey, I'm going to have to step up a little bit. I'm going to have to kind of keep my eye on a little bit. Mike McCarthy had a pretty good, solid little plan in regards to going about that Browns defense, especially going against Myles Garrett. It's a solid little plan. So rookie gonna be a rookie. So I didn't from watching, I didn't really have nothing bad to say about the rookie, because I already knew that he was going to have some bad plays going against the best pass rusher in the league. So I already knew that off the rip, But he had some good reps though. So we just gonna build off of that and just continue to move on. Like, who else we gonna put in there? Hey, there's no reason. Hey, we're rolling with him. This is what it is. We're rolling with the rookie. We're rolling with Beebe. That's just what it is. So let's just continue to grow with him. Now, Terrence Steele, I ain't convinced, because I seen Terrence Steele get bailed out a couple times with help from Zach Martin. I seen him get beat. I don't know about Terrence Steele. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that film. I'm looking forward to going back and look at that film. I'm probably gonna be up tonight looking at that film because I ain't convinced, y'all. I ain't convinced. Maybe the film might tell me something different, but from what I seen from Terrence Steele, I'm like, I don't know. I still got that question mark, because I know Zadarius Smith gave him work. He got that sack. I know a couple times Myles Garrett gave him work, but hey, check this out though. We pay you. I don't care. We pay you. Make do your thing. Battle. It'll be one thing if you was Tyler Guyton, but you ain't Tyler Guyton. You're the right tackle that we paid you. Paid you handsomely too. You know? Cowboys are not a good team. The Cowboys should have gotten rid of Dak years ago. Huh. Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna argue with that. I agree. Shoot, I'm with you on that. Considering he was going against the best D in the league, he did good. Yes, I agree. But I remember Tyron rookie season, and it ain't the same feel. Yeah, he ain't on Tyron level. T Dub, he ain't here. He ain't on Tyron level. He's gonna be a good tackle for this team. He gonna make some Pro Bowls for this team. That's for damn sure. Maybe a Hall of Famer, maybe. But and that goes to these players ain't like the players of yesterday too, you know. But yeah, he damn sure ain't on Tyron level. Even when Tyron was at that right tackle starting off. Yeah, yeah. And that's what we talked about in that draft. He was a little nice. I think when he tries to be a little nasty, had that attitude, I think that's a little bit forced. Just be you. It's kind of like uh if I had to give you a comparison, like he a scrub at it though, but it ain't as good as his pass blocking, if you know what I mean. So I think in regards to Guyton, think about Laramie Tunsil. If you guys is familiar with Laramie Tunsil, think about Laramie Tunsil. uh, where else we going? Now I guess I could say let's talk about the running backs real quick since we on the running backs. Now I know Zeke got 4 yards of carry from what I last looked. I think when I last looked, I don't know if that stayed the same, but he had 10 carries for 40 yards. And I know one of them carries wasn't one of them draw plays. I think on third down. Uh, with that being the case, Zeke is fresh, but Zeke Zeke ain't got that juice though. I was texting the homie. He was telling me about Zeke the other earlier in the game. I said, yeah, Zeke may look fresh and he may have tried to do his best to be in shape, but he ain't got that juice though. And it was on display that he ain't got that juice. And Rico Dowdle, you had ample opportunities to show me something, and I didn't see it. I don't like Rico Dowdle. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like him. I was rooting for him last year to try to go here and get more snaps because I understand that he was a purest running back that we had available other than TP. But with the current makeup of the running backs now, I ain't feeling them. You know, that running back position is probably going to have to be addressed. I mean, I didn't see it. Now, granted, from what I did see, they did do good in pass protection, though. Zeke and Rico, they had some good pass, but I remember at least about 3-4 of them that they had picked up good. I think it was Zeke too. He hit him up square. So that was a big that was in the mind of Jerry and probably Mike McCarthy, and him coming back was that pass protection. They could talk about the short yardage all they want to, but I know pass protection was big on that too, especially when we going against these good pass rushers this year, right? Because we're gonna see some good pass rushers coming up, right? We ain't done, right? So Guyton and Terrence Steele is gonna be tested on a weekly. So having a running back that's willing to chip and willing to take on D tackles, linebackers, ends, coming a way, coming hot. I think that'll have for the front office to be patient for him because of that. To try to keep that clean. Because I think part of the reason why he's here, because they probably already knew off the rip that they was going to roll and start with 2 rookies. I'll be honest with you. I think they knew they was going to start 2 rookies off the rip. On draft day, as soon as they got BB, I think they already knew that they was going to start 2 rookies. I think they already knew that. Hooker surprised me with that hit. But where was his versus? Come on. That's valid points. That's valid points. Whoever's this against Green Bay, that's very valid. I see we need to go with Cook and Zeke because Rico is not it. He not even serviceable. And then it's one thing, right? Because, I look at, it's one thing when you got to go ahead and give end rounds to Cooks and CD. I just don't think that this running game right now with Dowdle and Zeke being the two mainstays, that's not good enough run game. That's not good enough. And if you got an offensive line, especially in the interior, that's gonna go body for body. You need somebody even in the interior that can run that ball and hit that hole quick. And Zeke, it's gonna take Zeke 1,000,001 years to hit the hole. And Rico Dowdle just ain't it. I agree with your stance on that. He just ain't it to me. He not. Tolbert went on ahead and made his little one catch. I like the Brooks catch though. The Brooks catch was timely. It was timely. I like the Brooks catch. And when he get bigger, we'll have the best running back here. It looked like it. I like like I said, I think Brooks is your 3. Turpin, hey, shout out to Turpin for the punt return because you been due for one, but that drop across the middle was that's not acceptable. He hit you right in your hands. I don't know if he was worried about getting popped or what it was, but that drop in the middle was unacceptable. Unacceptable. And if you ain't gonna step up, and if Tolbert ain't one to rely on to step up, then what we doing here? It's like all the pressure was gonna be on Brooks. And if if Jay Hop is out, the wide receivers really gotta step up. There ain't no inexperience. There ain't no if Tolbert gonna be the 3, then you need to actually be the 3 and make plays. You need to get open. Because I'm interested to see, was he getting open? When that 22 come out, I'm interested to see, was he getting open? Was he getting separation? Man? That's what I'm interested to see. Oh, that's what I'm interested to see. Aubrey, that boy Money. I ain't gonna lie, I was being kind of selfish. I'm like, shoot. Even though he made the right move and not kicking it, I'm like, shoot, man, go for the 71. All right, man. Hey, and how they handled that at the end, shit, that was unacceptable too. How you let us get that flag, man? Call a timeout. Like, how you got on point with that? That's ridiculous. Sometimes Mike McCarthy be having some airheaded moves. He be having something like, yo, what is you doing, man? What are you doing? But let's look at this defense. Let's talk about this defense real quick, man. One thing I can tell you about this defense, that the discipline was much improved. From looking at it live, the defensive ends did a whole lot better in setting the edge. I even seen some push. And then inside, I seen Linval in there trying to get a little push. I seen Phillips in there getting some push. From what I seen from Mozzie, it didn't look too bad. It didn't look too bad from what I seen from Mozzie. It definitely could be better. But the better only gonna come from him being bigger. But it definitely didn't look, from what it did look like last year and compared to what he played this game, it didn't look bad because at the end of the day, right, even though Cleveland Browns was missing 2 tackles and that affected how they was going about things on that offensive line, that interior of the offensive line ain't no scrubs, though. Bitonio and Wyatt, they ain't no scrubs, though. So that was good. Looking at how the D tackles was playing, that was good to see. Can they keep it up is the question. That's the $1 million question. Can they keep it up? Micah did what he was supposed to do. Tank did what he was supposed to do. I'm not about to, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, but I'm not gonna act like it was just some hellified performance, because you're supposed to do that against some backup tackles, as we mentioned earlier. I seen Marshall in there doing his job, setting the edge. Uh, who else I seen? Of course, the back like Kendricks had a hell of a game. Kendricks had a hell of a game. I think he had 2 sacks. He had a pick. You know, was from what I've seen, he was reading his keys solid. You know, we wasn't getting gashed in the run game. That was a good sight to see. We wasn't getting gashed. We wouldn't. I didn't really see us getting punked like I would normally see us. Now hopefully the film backs that up, but I didn't see us getting punked though. I seen, I like mentioned earlier, I seen Hook in there. We're trying to lay some hats on Njoku, out there trying to break jaws. Diggs, Diggs, Diggs was looking solid. First game back, got him a pick. The rookie Kalen Carson was driving on the ball, very good. I like the quickness and how he was driving off the ball. Shout out to Al Harris on that. Now I know he didn't really have an opportunity to get tested because of the quarterback play, right? And not being able to hold up because we was taking advantage of them 2 tackles missing. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes about the next couple weeks. But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. The rookie made some plays out there. The corners overall played a solid game. They played a solid game. Zim Zim was showing us something different. Now, like I said, I'm just like in the middle. I'm like, okay, what is this? Is this real? Or is it just because, the Browns were rusty and the Browns didn't play well and Deshaun Watson sucked? What is this? So I guess we're gonna find out over the next couple weeks. By week 4, we'll understand, is this real or is this fake? When we go against Baltimore, we're going to understand, is this real or is this fake? I want to know if it's real. I want to know if it's fake. But one thing I can tell you, regardless, Dak Prescott, you a veteran quarterback. You can't play like this against Baltimore. You can't. They got that first L out the way. They hungry. They upset. Now, I know they ain't going to play us next week, but you can't play like this against Baltimore. I know I ain't trying to look ahead, y'all. I'm not trying to look ahead. But the team is going to have to play better, though. The team is going to have to play, and more offensively than anything. We're going to have to figure some things out offensively. And I'm going to be honest with you, and some of the things that I was speaking about that need to be figured out offensively, this ain't got nothing to do with Russ. This is them that they got to figure out. This is them. This is this run game. This is Dak. Hey, things going to start getting tougher. It ain't, like I said, like, did Dak even throw for 200 yards? I don't think he even threw, like I said, I'm not about to harp on the man, but the facts is facts. The film will show that the man almost threw at least 3 picks. Them was some horrible throws. Them was some late throws. Them was some, you got lucky throws. I think CD saved one. CD saved a pick. Like, if the Browns make a couple of them plays, I think the game is totally different. We missing a T. Higgins. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I seen Micah almost. Ooh. Damn. That reckless, huh? It's gonna be funny how I look at the but speaking of Micah, he still ain't gonna get no bag though. He still ain't get the bag that we've been asking him to get. He still can't, because I seen one where he was rushing on the right tackle, like he was trying to set him up for a move, and he's setting him up, and he squared up. I'm like, what are you doing? Bro, you a vet now. You should know better. You done been on a DQ. You done been in all of these. You done go to Andrew Woodworth. You got D Law on the team. You talked to Ware and Haley that came around, and you telling me that you still don't know how to set up your opponent? You telling me that you still relying on your physical skills, huh? All right, man. All right. Don't the Saints still got them good tackles? What they got? Was it Ramczyk and it was another? I know they ain't got Armstead. Don't they got them? All right. You keep playing. You keep playing. Cause we get ready to go with man. Cause we get ready to go and get some good people coming up, some good tackles coming up. I want to see how they do against a good offensive line. That's when we really gonna get tested. It was good that the defense didn't really let off the gas. Cause when they got that touchdown, I'm like, all right. When you don't go for it all, and you let them come back in, you give them hope, you get yourself in a world of trouble. But they was able to withstand that and bounce back and just keep the pedal on the metal. So that's good. But overall, even though there's a whole lot of question marks still, it's still a good win. A win is a win. That's for damn sure that I will take. A win is a win. You improve and you get back to the drawing board. But we understand this. The way that they played today, especially offensively, we cannot beat the big teams like that. It'll be, like I said, I want to see defensively. I want to see when we go against some teams that, not missing some, that I want to see how they go against the test. And to be honest with you, going against the test, it needs to be Overshown and Kendricks getting the majority of them linebacker reps when we out there rolling with just two backers. It need to be them, But it was good though. Like I said, one of the highlights that I was looking for was to see how the defensive ends was going to set the edge, and for the most part, the defensive ends did a good job setting the edge. That's coaching. We're not rolling with Dairy Queen no more. Dan Quinn, we ain't rolling with Dairy Queen no more. So you could tell that even with the offseason, Zim been doing some coaching. Zim been trying to put some discipline on them. You can see a difference. You see a big difference on how they running things and togetherness, even though he got a young team, a young defense. You see the difference. But I want to see the difference and get some competition, though. I want to see the difference. I want to see is they really, really disciplined when you got to keep Lamar in that pocket. That's what I want to see. I want to see defensive ends staying disciplined. I want to see is they really gonna push the pocket against Lindenbaum, good center. Is they still gonna hold the edge against that strong center, strong left tackle Ronnie Stanley. Even the Saints though, you can't count out the Saints though. But even with the Saints are still can still pose a challenge to you. Especially what we got, they can still pose a challenge to you. So we got to get ready for that, But overall, good win. But all right, y'all, I'm ready to probably get ready to prepare to start looking at this film in a little bit too, and I'll let y'all know what I think real soon. But all right, y'all, to the next one, we gone.